After defeating the Pyrehearts rather soundly, you last return to the wagon with your companions. There's a little discussion of the Pyrehearts, who seem to have already swam off towards wherever the next stars directed them. Instead, your fellow exile's attention turns towards your companion, who was absent for the rite. How is Hedwyn? The lone minstrel makes a sound, but no worms form yet. Something is troubling him. I urged him to remain bedridden. And he simply would not listen. I am very sorry, but... Wait, what? Everyone stares at the lone minstrel in stunned silence. The lone minstrel breathes a heavy sigh. But then... Hey, what's with the long faces, everyone? Minstrel, I should bring that neck of yours! As I was attempting to explain, Hedwyn is already up and about, despite my having strongly recommended further rest. Those that are accustomed to sea voyage and take ill, they are very likely to experience further symptoms if they do not remain bedridden, or at least sedentary. Hedwyn is running a considerable task of having to spend another night at great discomfort. What are you, a doctor? Nay, although I traveled with one once extensively. Look, I appreciate your concern in Tariq, but I'm pretty well accustomed to discomfort here, and I had to see how things turned out tonight. I haven't had to stay out of the rite like that before. So, you are back among the living then, Hedwyn? I was just seasick. Nevertheless, your full recovery requires rest. I think we should all use some rest after tonight. Anyway, thank you everyone for your concern, and I'm sorry that I worried you or caused you further burden. He turns to you. My friend, what do you say we figure out where to go next? I'm beginning to miss being on solid ground. You fall on outside where the night sky awaits. Hey, I wanted to thank you for conducting the rite back there without me being there. I could rest easy knowing you and the others would get through it. Anyway, I'll leave you to your reading. Can't begin to imagine where we'll be off to next. We're well past anywhere in downside I've ever been. Even Jody hasn't gone this far. He bids you a good evening as you turn your attention back to the sky. I think I forgot to read the book. There was like a new entry, if I recall. Yeah, there we go. Oh. It's a sexy unicorn. Still further north, then. Not simply north. This shall prove difficult. What's the problem? Our destination is beyond the deathless tempest. Ooh. Unfathomed! It's without fathom! Sorry. A vessel such as ours has little hope of traversing it intact. Can't we go around it? Given our confrontation with the Pyrehearts, our chances back in worm-held waters would be even worse. Come on, people, it'll just be another day in the downside. Go get yourself some sleep while we still can. Bet you'll feel better in the morning. Your optimism is infectious. Isn't it? You all concur that rest is in order, for the sea journey has been taxing to everyone. Come daybreak, you shall have to find a way to sail past the deathless tempest. Book, I forgot to... Gazing into the abyss. Nice. It's kind of emo. Is it gazing back, Hedwyn? Humming softly. Nearby. Counting soul. Centrist is wallowing in nothingness. I should go back in there too. And try some of the bonus stuff. Tizo has been in rather cheerful mood since being out at sea and seems pleased to see you. Hooray, catching fish. Sure, let's find out. You sense his inquiry is rhetorical in nature, so you anticipate his response. Crack! He hates them and everything they stand for. He has devoted his life to the eradication of their kind, ever since they killed his family. Jeez. He seems on the verge of tears, though as far as you are aware, imps cannot cry. Wow, I took a dark turn. Then he leers at you, eyes wide, expecting response. It seems he just told you a joke. Ha 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 ha. Sure. You muster your best belly laugh following Tizo's joke. He stares at you sidelong for a moment. Hurrah. Tizo admits the real reason he loves catching fish is because Falcon Ron pays a lot of soul for them. He snickers back at you and bounces off. Hooray, Hope. That would be hilarious if I got that wrong. I just laughed at his family's pain and misery. You called for me, lovely reader? What's up? There's an undulation I've sensed, reader, which means I think that your black wagon sails the seas. Am I not right? Of course I am. She laughs at this, or at herself, perhaps. I scarce remember the sea. It has been a little while since I bathed in it, you understand. My memories of it are wistful nonetheless. Although, if I remember correctly, the Sea of Solace is a disgusting mockery of the Emerald Seas near to the Empire. Do be careful out there, will you? Now let me cease my prattling, lest I extend my sentence by another such eternity or two. We had best stick to business. See you later. Yeah, I don't think I read this. The Emperor Solium Mur knew naught of this, of course. His expedition yielded not the treasure he desired, but brought him closer to his country than he had ever been before. As he traveled down the rivers Sklorian in pursuit of greed, he found instead an inkling of shame. He saw the sunken faces of his people, heard their words for him. In time he could not ignore it, and proved more than he could bear. The river finally claimed him, his belongings, and his retinue. Once the people heard, I understand they cried with joy. Perhaps he ought have perished, but mercy shown to him, I think, was what transformed him. That was a lovely butchering of some text, if I do say so myself. Nice. Ragged Rock or the Froth Sea? The north current towards Stormwall passed by old carcasses of ships long gone. South current towards the Stormwall burns with large sea creatures. I guess we'll go this. Remnants of a shattered fleet do little to raise the confidence of your companions, given that the massive, deathless tempest rages to the north, not far from your position. We ought to be more concerned with that storm than finding Trinket's green-tail. Oh, relax already, Jody. Let me do my job. I don't show up when you're out there keeping watch and start telling you to come off it now, do I? You interrupt me in the middle of my work, no fewer than 4 times per day. They go on like this for some time before turning to you. Investigating the wreckage is going to take time, but you may find something to show for it. Sure, why not? You suggest it might be worthwhile to continue searching through the wreckage after having come this far. I knew you'd see it my way, sister. Now let's see what we can get. I'm sorry I keep taking his side. After an exhaustive search. Sorry, sister. I think I was just chasing the refraction in the sun or something. There's nothing down there. Drive-Imp fumes at all of this, but says nothing. Just have no hope. It's okay, she had no hope to be with. You and your companions look upon the deathless tempest. The stars demand you sail beyond it, yet the very thought is beyond reason. Then something in the nearby water stirs, and from it springs something familiar. Hold, good ladies and good sirs, this knight beseeches you to hear him, if you please. What is it now, worm? The rites are ended. We have no further need of you. Oh, but you do, and in turn, this knight has further need of you, good lady. Out with it, then. Let us be joined! Let this knight join you, please! Can you believe this, Headwind? Not really, no. Nay, look ye not so surprised. Your valor and the rites did stir this poor knight's soul. He swears to you upon his long-lost honor that as a would-be knight-errant of the sea dominion, that he shall serve you to the end. What about your other worm friends back there, the Pyre hearts? They are base cowards! This knight can no longer abide such spineless creatures, having witnessed true glory in the clash upon the hulk of Ohhhhh. Never before have we been trounced so thoroughly. And furthermore, this knight shall aid you in your passage through the deathless tempest. It is not so that you seek passage to the north. With this knight's aid, you shall receive your wish. Sir Gilman continues to persuade you for some time. He seems to know a way to cross the storm. Some sort of long-held secret among worms exiled to these waters. Drive-Imp pulls the rest of you aside after Headwind gives her a look. Are you most sure that Sandalwood would want this thing along? Mostly sure. Sandalwood wants someone for each mask, and this one seems about as good as we're going to get. Drive-Imp glowers back at the worm, who tries his best to look presentable. Headwind is more gracious. He tells Sir Gilman that if he promises to help you cross the Deathless Tempest, then he can come along for now. This knight is overjoyed! And he hereby swears to see you pass the storm! I'm pretty sure my neighbors all think I'm absolutely batshit crazy. Though first this knight requires your consent. Give unto this knight your blessings in the name of the Nightwings, and thus shall he go forth. Sure? As you begin to say something in response, Sir Gilman cries out in triumph. He vanishes into the depths. Yet, through this close encounter with him, you cling to some sense of where he's going and what he intends to do. Alright, let's help see his mission through. Oh no. Mini games. Oh. Determined to prove himself to you and the Nightwings, Sir Gilman emerges somewhere in the outer reaches of the Sea of Solace and calls out to you. Master Reader, if you can hear this knight, then he implores you now. Lend him your guidance. This knight's objective ought to be not far east of here. Today we shall bring peace to the embroiled sea. Know, however, that among this knight's brethren, the actions we are about to take are highly forbidden. But they are highly just. Thus, Sir Gilman sets forth to quell the storm that rages to the north. Traverse the reef. Oh, I see, okay. Oh my god, he makes boinging noises. Hark, yonder lie the foul spawn of the unfathomed blurns! Okay. Boiling the seas with their wrath! Exiled worms within these waters have harbored these abominations, using them to bar passage through the downside's channel for any save this knight's own kind. Begone now from here, fiends! This night shall finish what the Under King Ohhhhh started. You made the ocean angry. Hold right there, you traitorous slug! How dare you turn your back on this knight to your superior! Superior by rank no longer, for we no longer serve the Commonwealth. Last this knight checked. Here, you hold no sway over this knight. Oh, and what have you done to the spawn? Have you no honor left at all? This knight has done which required doing. His honor cannot sink much lower anyhow. I figured this would be an ideal time to free himself of servitude to you. Why you dare to staunch the tempest for those nightwings? Good Sir Deluge. This knight was born to dare! Now come and fight this knight if you so dare as well! Ah! Pyre banish him, that is an order! Oh, hi. What now, Sir Deluge? Shall you not face this knight yourself and leave the dirty work unto your charges? Fine, Gilman. You wish to stand against your commander, then have it your way. Samash, Lady Seagrass, to me. Banish them, this troublemaker. Alright. Oops. You are master of this knight no longer, said Deluge. Thus shatter our fraternal bonds. This knight would say it was an honor serving you, Sir Deluge. But that would be a bald-faced lie, and yet another stain upon the blackened reputation. Until we meet again! Oh, wait, you lowly traitor, this knight will have your head. Gilman! Is it dinner time? No. As the day wears on, there's no sign of the Worm Knight. Your companions grow restless, but then... Pious! Oh. Hail! This knight returns with newfound tales to tell, and new scars to show for them! Sir Gilman is sopping wet and visibly shaken. He struggles to maintain decorum. He is, in short, the very image of a Worm Knight. And more importantly, that little tempest ought to no longer pose a threat for now. Behold! As if on cue, the deathless tempest begins to simmer and subside. Would you look at that? He really did it. Of course this knight did it! Now, if it would be alright with you, this knight could really use some shut-eye. The Worm Knight collapses in exhaustion. You and Hedwyn help him up. A deal's a deal, Sir Gilman. Welcome to the Nightwings. Huzzah! Sir Gilman joined the group. Onwards! The Deathless Tempest. With Sir Gilman's aid, you managed to breach the Tempest. You were true to your word, Worm. I shall give you that. But now what? We are stranded in this cursed storm. A most excellent question, and from one most fair. Call me that once more, and I shall tie you in a knot. Ah, and from the one most spirited as well. This knight was wise to side with you. Just where do we turn from here? Answer that question now. Sir Gilman does no such thing, although eventually he does make a note of a specific current that should lead you to the lands beyond. If I may, I can corroborate Sir Gilman's account. We are close to making landfall. Then let me be the first to say, let's go. Say, Tariq. Aye, Rusky, what is it? That loot you're always carrying around. You know how to play that thing, don't you? Why, I suppose I do. Good, because I was thinking it's a little gloomy here and we could use a little tune to lighten up the mood, know what I mean? Aye, then let me see what I can do. Yeah, he's kind of a minstrel that hasn't been doing any minstreling. Brave, brave Sir Robin!
The song roiling sea, the moon began to cry. The valley ran with sorrowful tears and filled the waters high. The misty morning over the brine belies a leaden sky. The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise.
Might not want to sail in that.
Oh, oh, oh.
At last your wagon rumbles onto solid, jagged ground. The land called Black Basin. Your fellow exiles unpack the wagons so you can take stock of how best to reach your destination.
The place where Plurna scuttled her foe, the doomed ship still resides. The Titan met her end on its prow, forsaken by the tide.
These are made out of jawbreakers.
Death she leaves her stain on the place. The tempest never dies. Her final throes and shivers and shakes 1,000 years gone by.
Oh, there's Jodie's thing. Jeez. I didn't realize it was the throw rug. Fluttering about. Sniffing at something. You approach Sir Gilman, who must have just finished practicing his fencing maneuvers. With his tail, I'll assume. He regards with a single eye. Hail, Master Rita! This knight is determined to train harder, having joined the famous Nightwings. He shall ensure that this triumvirate continues to live up to its most feared reputation. This is such an honor! And this knight has a great deal of honor to regain. Having fled the Pyre hearts, this knight fully expects how to conduct the rites in a most honorable fashion, to the fullest letter of the law, described within the books. Some triumvirates this knight has met, and perchance mentioned by name, they are inclined to bend the rules a bit, sometimes a lot, and to prevail by any means they can. But it is wrong! The exile who refuses to obey the rules, as they were written by the Under King Orez and his 7 friends, deserves neither his honor nor his freedom. Firstly, does this knight have confidence that the Master Reader shall resist any temptations to conduct the rites in any underhanded fashion? Now then, this knight must undergo a thorough cleansing, having trained until the point of foulness, so please excuse him, Master Reader. He slithers off humming some sort of chivalrous tune.